Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone from www.tarotforhealing.com. I hope you guys are doing really well. This is your monthly astrological reading for Pisces in the month of February. Now before I get into your reading, I wanted to let you guys know that I'm still doing the 2015 personal forecast readings. I am going to be doing them up until the end of January. So if you want one of those readings, please do order it now. In February, I'm going to be putting up a new reading, which is going to be specifically for love. And what you can do is, if you're coupled, you can have a compatibility reading, or if you are single, you can just see what is going to be coming up for you in terms of love. So because this is your February astrological reading, I am going to be starting off with the love sector of your life first, which I don't normally do, and I'm going to be pulling two romance oracle cards, romance angel oracle cards for you, one for those of you that are coupled, one for those of you that are single. So let's see what is coming up for you. Now it says the Two of Rods is the first card for you, and please don't pay attention to my nails because they are discolored because I've been cooking and cleaning and stuff. And yeah, this is the Judgment card, and your oracle card is getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Okay. Okay, so what I'm seeing here in terms of the Two of Rods and the Judgment card is that it's saying that in the beginning there was some form of confusion, something like what I'm kind of feeling like is that you didn't know maybe where a relationship was going, or there were maybe some doubts that you had about maybe this person, or maybe you just didn't know, okay, whether this would work out, whether it wouldn't. But with the Judgment card showing up afterwards, I feel like it's saying that the Judgment card is like the death and rebirth card. So it's almost like it's saying that you've gone from the darkness into the light. Like that's what it looks like with this card. It's like it's the end of an era or the end of a significant time in your life. But to me, because it's sort of the death and the rebirth, it's saying that a time maybe of confusion has come to an end. Or this might have been even maybe you've met someone recently, and maybe the Two of Rods was literally you. Like maybe you were thinking, when will I meet someone? When will my luck change when it comes to love and all this other stuff? And maybe you were on your own and you weren't happy about it. Maybe you were feeling quite miserable. You wanted to move on and be with someone, but it's kind of like you just didn't know how it would happen. But what I'm seeing here with the Judgment card is that it's saying that whatever indecisions you have, it's like a choice was definitely made in the end. And it seems that whatever the choice is, it's got to do with this relationship that you're in, starting afresh or anew. So I am sensing for some of you guys, this might have been someone that you met recently, and maybe when you was in the dark, like I said, that maybe you were single then, and now you've met someone that and you really do like this person, you are getting on really well, and things are really looking really positive. Or it could have been that with Judgment showing up, it also could mean that the two of you have made a commitment to each other. Maybe if you guys have been more long term, like in a relationship with someone else, it's like there is a deeper sense of commitment that is coming through in February. Maybe that's where some of the questions or the doubts was coming from. Maybe if you wanted this deeper level of commitment, but it seems that there definitely has been. The Judgment card could also signify too, even getting back with somebody from the past, um reuniting with someone, because that could have been the death, like the ending of the relationship, and now the rebirth is the two of you coming back together again. And that could also lead to a sense of indecision, whether you should, I don't know, go back with this person or not. If that is the case, like somebody is coming back from the past, or has recently come back from the past, it's almost like I feel like you actually are going to accept this person back in your life. especially being that, you Pisceans, you're very forgiving. And I think, you usually do give people like second chances and stuff like that. So I would say if the relationship was good, and you can get over whatever separated you in the first place, then maybe things can be really good. It would seem that if this was somebody that you separated from, maybe you did really miss that person and you really wanted them back in your life in some kind of way, and it's like fate would have it that this person would be back in your life, and now you're feeling really positive about the fact that they are um now there again, um but I do like the progression that is happening with these cards, because it's definitely speaking of partnership, and be a partnership that has undergone a significant change, and there is a sense of completion um in this union between the two of you. And that sense of completion is going to be, it's almost like it's saying that things are more hopeful, they're just more they're healed. It's like, it's almost like you're really prepared to just leave behind anything this person may have done in the past, to really open up yourself back to this person like all over again. So yes, yeah. And then it says getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So this could definitely apply for those of you that have met someone recently. Maybe this is your process of getting to know each other. Even if you are reuniting from somebody from the past, it also could mean that this is an opportunity for you guys to really get to know each other on a much deeper level. Maybe you guys didn't really know each other so much before, or maybe even the way that you viewed one another maybe wasn't exactly the way um you were. Like sometimes getting back with someone can mean that you see maybe a different side to this person, especially if maybe you and that person didn't really get a chance to really know each other like that well before deciding to, I don't know, separate or call it quits or whatever. So yeah, it's gonna be a nice opportunity around, Valentine's and everything, to really get to know and be acquainted with someone new. But what is interesting with this card is that I'm almost seeing like this um girl here, the way she's looking at this guy and the way this woman is looking, it could be a case of, for some of you guys, I'm really sensing now that it's like someone from the past like coming back, because you can see like this one woman up here, she looks quite happy with this guy. Like it looks like she finds this guy really charming, she really likes him, maybe he's really maybe he's flirting and whatnot with her. And then this girl right here just kind of looks so unimpressed by him. So it could be a case of somebody comes back, or someone's in your life, and somebody close to you might be looking at that person like, I don't think this person is any good whatsoever, but you're really wrapped up in this person. So what I would say is, it's not to say that, you have to get approval from your family and friends as to who it is that you date. But what I would like to say is, if your family and friends actually do have a point when it comes to this person and their behaviors and stuff, maybe haven't been the best, then you might want to be a little bit wary of, things moving too quickly. Like they say, get to know this person and see what they're about, see what their character is like and everything else, before really, moving too fast with them. So for those of you that are single, is you got the Eight of Cups with the Justice card. And your Oracle card is heart to heart conversation, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. It's interesting that in both relationship situations there was a card that almost represented choices and decisions, because in this case, like, you had the Two of Rods that's kind of representing that, and now you have the Justice card. But the Justice card is like signifying that, these are major choices and decisions, like these are bigger things, matters that you have to kind of sort through. And the Justice card is very balanced, very um logical, analyzes the situation to decipher what is the best choice, what is the best thing to do in terms of moving forward. And justice is also about your values, your morals, all that kind of stuff. And then with the Eight of Cups, um I'm almost feeling like it's interesting that this has come up as a for those of you that are single, because it's almost saying like, when I look at these cards, it almost looks like a breakup with someone. um so for some of you guys, it could mean that if you were are partnered, you might even be breaking up with someone in February. Or it could mean that, you have just left a partnership behind, like recently. But with the Eight of Cups and Justice, it says that that's the choice that you felt that you needed to make. You had to make a choice to maybe separate from somebody else or leave a situation behind. And with the heart to heart conversation card, it's almost like saying that the two of you had to have that conversation in order to really be able to make a choice to determine what was the best way forward. And that is so weird, because you got the Two of Wands with that last reading and the Judgment card, and then you have Justice. So this is all about choices. This is all about decisions. This is all about, for some reason, like, that's showing up a lot in your relationship card, Pisces. So if you're in a relationship or you're out of a relationship, it's saying that there's really some big significant changes that you need to make. You have to be very analytical when it comes, or maybe that's just maybe that's just something that you've adopted yourself. um Being really, like, yeah, analytical, and really making some, might even be quite quick, decisions, quite hasty decisions. And with this heart to heart conversation card, what I feel within myself is like, you might have to tell someone that maybe you don't feel the same way about them, or maybe your feelings just aren't there for this other person. Because, like, you can see this guy is looking away and the girl is looking at him. It's like, maybe there is maybe you have to tell this person that you just don't feel maybe the same way they feel about you. And maybe that's why you're walking away, or that's why you had to make this choice or decision. Because I think that emotionally, you're no longer invested in this relationship, or whatever it is that you have with this other person. And um and so that's why you had to make this choice. Very interesting cards. It's interesting because I think that, even though, like I said, I was really feeling like somebody coming back in the from the past and stuff like that, what I would say is, if whoever comes into your life, or whoever is in your life, be able to really decipher where you stand in this relationship with this other person. And don't be afraid to tell this person exactly how you feel if your feelings just aren't there any longer. So that's what I'm sensing with those cards. Okay, let me move on to the finances cards. It's the Queen of Pentacles with the Six of Cups. So what I'm kind of seeing with these cards is, when it comes to finances, there's definitely you definitely are looking for your finances to improve. You're definitely wanting to it's like, when I look at the Six of Cups, I think of, feeling very uh wanting to, it's almost like a wish that you're trying to grant. And I think for some of you guys, a financial situation might even be blossoming. It might be blossoming this month. You might be in the process of being very creative when it comes to your money. looking for different avenues where you can make money, how you can use your own abilities to really work hard and bring in some more cash flow for you. But this might be the beginning stages of that. um Almost like the planning stages. It hasn't been manifested yet, but now is the time for you to put in the work to be able to gain something later on down the line. With the Six of Cups showing up here, the only thing I would say is maybe don't I feel like there can be the negative side of it could be that you may have something that you really want to bring about, you really want to manifest, you want to manifest more money, but it could be a situation where maybe some of your ideas about it might need a bit more work involved. Like they might need a bit more they might need to be more well thought out in order to make this thing really come about. Because the Six of Cups, usually it signifies, young people, children. So it could even come up in that way, that maybe some of you guys are taking on a new job, working alongside kids or teaching children, stuff like that. Because with the Queen of Pentacles, she would be really good with children. And yeah, should be really good with children, should be really good in like a teaching kind of profession. But then if I was to sort of step back and look at it more from just a monetary aspect, I can also see that there is some kind of creation of something that is new in terms of finances. But then the Six of Cups can also indicate that maybe you're just really you're really hoping for something, but you haven't done the practical steps yet. It's like it's all a hope, it's all kind of a wish, you're all just but you haven't made the efforts yet towards it. So what I would say is, if you do have some really good ideas in terms of bringing in more money, making more money, do try to be active. Yeah, the emotions are there, the feelings are there. Like you might be thinking, oh wow, like I'll be so happy if I can make this thing happen. It'd be so good if I could make this thing happen. But it's like you also have to be able to really, get your finger out and actually start doing the practical steps in how you're gonna make everything come together for you. Um yeah. Okay, now I'm going to be moving on to your spiritual cards, and you got the High Priest with the Ace of Cups. And I like these cards. Okay, with the High Priest and the Ace of Cups, it's it's about you being your own spiritual teacher. It's about you going deep within yourself, and you definitely are a sign that can go very deep within yourself, because you are essentially, you have that cups energy, you have that water energy within you, because that's your element. And so you feel very comfortable there. And I almost feel like your spirituality and your intuition, your psychic ability, your ability to really tune into yourself on a deep level is really going to be coming through this month in February. The High Priest almost adds a sense of he adds that greater sense of spirituality, of practice, rituals, traditions, institutions, religious institutions. So, and what is very interesting is, the High Priest, who also would be seen as the Pope, when they do services, when they do communion, that's the cup that they drink out of. That's the, blood of Christ. And essentially, you are that cup. It's almost like, in the religious context, they kind of look at Christ as almost being a being outside of self. But in all honesty, we all have a Christ-like walk that we do in this life. Like if you think of, the whole story of Jesus Christ on the cross, and when he carried the crucifix, really we are all going through that process of carrying our own crucifixes. We carry our own burdens, our own issues, our own problems, and we ourselves can go through that period of renewal, renewal. And like they say, Christ dying on the cross, we go through our own processes of renewal where we have to almost die and come back again in another form. And it's not all about the physical death, it's about the death of the old self and being rebirthed into something that is new, that is brand new. I remember, like, Deepak Chopra said, in what was I watching of his? Something I was watching of his, and I was listening to him speak, and he was saying the same thing. He was like, we are constantly dying. When you look at the process of when we go from childhood to being an adult, we constantly go through different stages. We're babies, then we're toddlers, then we're like preteens, then we're teenagers, like adolescents, and then we're adults. And it's like, in order for a child to move from being a child to being a teenager, it's like the child within them has to die in order for them to make that next step into the next stage of life. And so for you, it's like, it's almost like that's what these cards are saying, that you're moving into that next step within yourself, the next step of life, a next step of initiation. And these processes, they can take place when you grow up in age. It can take that place as well, but it also can take form in terms of just you um being wiser, just learning more, knowing more, and being more spiritually in tune, because you just have all this knowledge of self, and and so I think that February is a really is very significant. When I look at your cards, it seems to be a really big month in terms of your own spiritual walk and your own spiritual development. And I think that it is definitely like an initiation, showing that you have grown into something even bigger, even better, even you have even more to offer now, humanity as a whole and yourself. And your cards are just, when I look at your cards, there's so many things that's just coming up into my mind. This video is going to be too long, I know. But you have some really interesting cards, because I'm just looking at the High Priestess, the High Priest, the Ace of Cups, and the Judgment. It's like very highly spiritual cards, and you are a very spiritual sign. So spirituality is going to be, is really significant at this time for you. Very significant. It's significant when you look at your love life. It's significant to you on a spiritual level. A lot of things. So, okay, I'll see you guys. Bye.